Alrighty, so first movement of the day, we're going to have 2 sets of an upper back, a mid back, and a little bit of lower back row, just from a no chest supported row. Whenever you have any chest supported something, you're usually not incorporating any sort of abs or any sort of lower back or any spinal erectors, but when you're doing these, I like doing these because I can't use as much weight on the other machine. I max stack it, and also it allows me to get a deeper stretch if I want to, and if I want to get a little few more reps, I can swing a little bit more at the end. So just trying to failure. Now to get that diamond Dorito back, we're going to be doing some pullovers. So we got just 1 set, making sure your elbows are as close as you can to your body. Any type of lat work, you're going to want to make sure you're squeezing your elbow as tight to your side as possible. That way you're not incorporating any kind of a trap at all. Because, the less you are, flared out, the more lat you're going to get. The more flared out you get, more trap you're going to get involved. Moving along to the triceps, we're going to be doing a lateral head, and I've always said this, and I always will say this, just in case you are watching my videos for the first time. Every type of tricep extension, you're going to bias something more. Overhead, you're going to do more long head. Every time you do kind of to your side, you're going to be hitting more lateral head. But overall, you're hitting every head of the tricep no matter what you do. So you could do 4 sets of a push down, and you're still hitting the same muscles, but emphasizing more of the lateral head. Now that you guys just learned that information, what are we hitting here? We're hitting the long head of the tricep. And I just like to do unilateral because personally, I have a lot of problems with my elbows. And so if you're a person with elbow pain, especially on when you're right there, the part where you're all the way down, your hand's close to your shoulder, I get a lot of pressure. And so I like to just go a little lighter. So you're able to just not put as much weight on the table on here than if you were doing a skull crusher with an easy bar or something. Because you're putting a lot more load on those triceps when you do it that way, in my opinion. Finishing off the workout for today, it's going to be a hamstring curl lying. It's just personally one of my favorite hamstring movements, and it's a very hard movement. Personally, seated is pretty easy, IMO, whatever it is. But just train to failure for 1 set, y'all. Don't overcomplicate things. Usually just take 1 exercises to 1 to 2 sets, but usually 1. Alright, y'all, we are done. We are out of here. But there's one thing I just thought about, and it's just, for me, I don't know about you guys, but for my legs, my quads are the easiest thing to grow and get strong on. They grew so fast, so easily, and I always got crazy mind muscle connection with them. Hamstrings, I get a crazy mind muscle connection, on the laying hamstring curl I do here, but I just can't progress on it, no matter what. So I'll get 6-7 reps after I do a heavy hip thrust. And then I went and did them, right? Because, I was supposed to do lower back today, but my lower back, I've been working a lot more at UPS, so I'm just lifting more boxes, so more volume on my lower back. So I was just I'll hold off on it, see tomorrow how it feels. It felt okay today, but I wasn't going to be able to do my 4 plates and a 25 like usual. So, and then there was a dude on it for I think he was just warming up. I thought he was going to be on it for a while, so I just skipped that today. And then I'm in kind of a time crunch. I woke up on time, and then my girl, she gets back from her job, and then she goes to her other job. And she has 2 different, I'm not going to go into it, but pretty much she lays in bed. I'm still in bed, and I'm I'm going to get up in 15 minutes. I'm just going to cuddle her because that's one of the only, because we work on different schedules, so like that's like one of the only times we're able to see each other. And then I'm like half awake for like an hour and a half, just like laying there with her, like dozing off a little bit, then waking back up, dozing off a little bit, waking back up fully, and then dozing off. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I did this for like an hour and a half. But so I was already in a rush already as is, my own fault, you know. But I'm not gonna entirely regret it, because, you know, like I said, it's like one of the only times I could see my girl, and I was cuddling with her and my dog, so like that's the time well spent. But my point being was, you know, like all this led up to this. So I was like, okay, I'm probably at least gonna get an extra rep on hamstring curls. No, I think I got one less rep today. I don't know what it is. My hamstrings, like, they feel refreshed. They feel full on ready to go at it 100% again, but I just can't progress on them. I don't know if it's just because it's I know hamstrings take a lot longer to recover than, like, you know, they take like an extra day to recover compared to like your like quads or like your traps or something, or your forearms. But like, I just barely can progress on them. Like, I feel like my hamstring progress, like, they've gotten bigger, but like they just haven't gotten stronger, right? Like, except for my RDLs, but like I haven't done those in a bit, just because my ankle, originally it was my lower back, and then now it's my ankle, so I don't want to like do too much on it, you know, any type of like crazy hinge movements. I probably could do it, but I just enjoy probably the lower back extensions more. And I feel like if I get really strong on that, that'll translate to my RDL when I want to go back to that, you know, because you're pretty much essentially just doing the same thing, except I think it's probably a little easier to load up on a RDL, because you don't have to, it's just a lot easier, in my opinion, than a lower back extension. Like, I'll get really fatigued after a RDL, but the fatigue I get from the lower back extension, I don't know what it is. I just get so, whoa, like, I immediately feel like a sweat coming on as soon as I pick up those plates. I don't even got to do a rep. As soon as I feel the weight and I lift it up, and that's gravity, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, this is heavy. Then I bang it out for a few reps. But yeah, today was just it was a good day overall, though, you know. I think I PR'd in a couple things, maybe a thing or two, I'm not exactly sure. But that's the thing, is you'll go into the gym, you might not progress on anything, you might actually go back, right? That doesn't mean you didn't, you know, gain progress, right? If you train to failure. That's why I always think leaving reps in reserve is not good, because how do you know if you don't actually have 2 more in the tank, right? You could say, oh, I had 1 more rep in me. How do you know that you actually had that rep? You know, or how do you know that that wasn't actually your last rep? You could have had another 3 more, 2 more, if you really tried, you know? But, yeah, man, I mean, that's just my kind of thing. Like, track how many reps you're doing with the weight that you're doing, but train to failure, dog. Especially if you're doing 1 or 2 sets. Why not train to failure on both of those sets? That's what I've never understood. I've never understood that. But with that being said, I'm going to catch you guys later on the next one. So, peace out. Bye-bye.